David Anthony Burke is innocent. Yeah, you heard it right, but not in the way that you think. I know I'm a little late to this topic, but I want to, give my thoughts on it with all the information that's come out so far, since it's still ongoing with the investigation against David, who is a rising music star. If you haven't heard, which I'm more than sure you have, since it's been all over the internet, this guy named David Anthony Burke, who is a rising star. He published several songs that have gone viral, such as Romantic Homicide and other things of that nature. He is in a very good position in his career, and now it's all crumbling because of him possibly being linked to the death of a young woman named Celeste Rivas. And Celeste Rivas was a young woman that was constantly in and out of her home, was constantly running away, and she told a handful of people that she was going to see her boyfriend. And I know you're asking, why does this matter? Well, it's because this boyfriend is possibly David Anthony Burke. This plays such a vital role in his life because, as a rising music star and as somebody that's making such a rise in the music industry, his career is taking a complete plummet as a result of all of the accusations that are coming out against him. So I think it's very important to remember two things when we're addressing this situation: reasonable cause, well, reasonable suspicion, and probable cause. Those are the most important terms you have to remember within this situation. Right now, we have reasonable suspicion, which it sounds exactly like what it is. You having reasonable suspicion that a person is linked to committing a crime against or in general of an action. So a lot of people are thinking that this guy David committed the homicide or the murder of Rivas, and it is stacking up to be that way. But we must remember exactly what information has been confirmed and what has not. Right now, we have confirmed that a body was found close to one of the homes that David had inside of a Tesla and inside of the trunk. And I believe she was found in a body bag. Now, something that we have not confirmed yet is that she was driven by David as the last person. Now, yes, we do know that the car is registered on under David's name, which is a very important piece of information that we all should know. But another important piece of information we should also learn is who exactly was the last person to drive the vehicle. I think that is the main reason why he hasn't been taken in for a probable cause, because that's what they would need in order to prove it. They need a strong enough argument to say he's linked to this homicide because this, that, and third. We don't have a strong enough argument for that yet. We just know that it was in a vehicle that was under his name, but that doesn't necessarily conclude that it was him that drove her to that part of the hill and left her there for dead. And then, two, what was the crime committed? We still don't have a confirmation on the crime committed. And that's another piece of important information that we need to know. There's still medical examinations happening on the young woman about her cause of death. And when we don't have those two pieces of information, we can't directly say that it's David. Yes, is it looking pretty bad? Absolutely. And by no means am I saying that this guy is out of the clear or there's no way he committed the crime. I am just saying, as things are, he is innocent because in a court of law, you're innocent until proven guilty. And I think a lot of people have recently forgotten that when they have asked, why hasn't this man been put in prison? That's exactly why. Why hasn't he been tried or charged? That's exactly why. We need to look at the situation like we are an attorney and say, okay, with the information present that has been confirmed, is it enough to say that he, for sure, is the number one suspect and is the one that most likely committed the crime? No, not necessarily. Now, is it closely entangled and related to the crime that was committed? More than likely, yeah. But we don't have enough information to support that. If we go in a court of law and say, oh, well, he had a matching tattoo with her, which they could just write off as like a trend, maybe it was part of a trend. A lot of people might have had that same tattoo. Or they say that he was the one to commit the homicide. Well, when we're looking at the situation in total, what information is present to prove that he is the one that committed that crime? It's a lot of things that we must consider before we jump to conclusions. I myself have jumped to conclusions myself, but it's just personal opinions of what we think and what's going on within this situation. Uh, but we need to divide logic and personal feelings when we look at a serious situation like this, because there's always a chance that he might be innocent. He might have not done anything wrong. It's not looking likely, but even so. Another thing that's going to be very important for them to prove is them proving whether or not she had a platonic or non-platonic relationship with David, if they were actually connected with each other. Which, based on all the videos I've seen online, people have been saying that there were live streams, and there was a teacher that even came out in a video saying that uh, she was not coming to class a lot, and she was running off to go see her boyfriend, and that's basically the information that he received on the topic. Now, all of this still falls under the scope of accusations or not proven to be reliable information. But once the information comes out, we might have to wait a few weeks. We might have to wait even longer than that. Cases take a very long time to prove. We will have the information we need that is necessary in order to say this is exactly what happened. We all need to remember there are more than one side to a story. You have this side, and then you have the truth. Right now, we're only looking at it for one side, which is this young woman passed away, which all the blessings to her and her family. Hopefully, they recover and do better. I know it's a very tough thing to get over, a death in the family, especially if it was their daughter or their sister, whatever it may be. I hope the best for her family. She may have passed, but she may have gone to a better place as well. Because clearly this world was too cruel to her. Now, with that being said, hopefully we get some more information on the crime or what exactly had happened within the situation and get an actual suspect. We don't have an actual suspect yet. That is exactly what we need in order to prove who or what could have possibly happened to this woman. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all stay safe.